Okay, great. So I think that we are good to go. Let's see that we have everything working on here. Let's open the chat. And for those of you who are here, can you please just write me in the chat or in the Q&A section? Just let me know that you can hear me, that you can see me. Just write it out. I'm going to wait just a second more. Okay, I'm starting to get your feedback to the Q&A. Can you also write it in the chat for those of you who have written? Okay, great. So some of you are writing on the Q&A, which is great. We will try to work also both with the chat and with the Q&A so that we will see all of the information and all of the questions that you're asking us. So hi, everyone, and I think that we are ready to start. It's nice to meet you. My name is Eliran. I'm the training manager here at Monyx.
And I'm Ayelet. I'm the product marketing manager for Monyx Wallet.
And today we're going to go over some of the basics and the advanced features of campaign creation in Monyx Wallet in order to help you and give you all of the relevant information that you need to support your campaigns. So we're going to go over a few things today, and of course you're going to get both the recording of this session, and you're also going to get the presentation as well. We're going to go over the how the campaigns are performing so far. I know that they're having a few weeks that they've been running, and we're going to have a few more weeks for the campaigns as well. We're going to go over the basics and cover basically everything that you need to know, kind of align all of the information that's relevant for campaign creation. And then we're going to take it a step forward, and we're going to show you some tips and tricks for successful campaigns as well. We're going to finish that with Q&A. Hopefully, we will answer all of your questions by then. But we will give you all of the information that you need. And if needed, we'll have time at the end for Q&A as well. So I'm handing over the virtual mic to Ayelet.
Okay, so far of everyone signed up, 38 campaigns already have active punches in them, already started getting punch cards. Overall, we've reached 2,204 punches, and 105 users have completed a punch card, already did the whole 9 and got a free product. So that's a good start. We still have a long way to go, but we're happy about the numbers to get started.
Great. And hello, Carmine, as well. It's so wonderful that we have you here with us today. So right now I want to go over the basics. Okay, I want to show you things that some of you may already know, but as I said before, we want to cover all of the information that you need in order to create successful campaigns. And this, basically, we built that upon the information that we got from you in the past weeks. We got different kinds of questions, and we really want to make sure that you have all of the information that you need in order to create these campaigns. So starting from the basics, in order to have these campaigns, in order to create them for your consumers, the first thing that you need to do is to add Monyx Wallet as a payment method. Now, I'm sure that some of you are familiar with this, but we did see that for some of the operators, this basic step was missing, and therefore their customers weren't able to purchase something with Monyx Wallet. So what you need to do is go over to your operator page. This is done in the operator level. Without doing that from the operator level, you won't be able to see this as a payment method on your machines as well. So as you can see here on the GIF that's looping on the screen, once you go to the operator page and click on the payment tab, you go to the table of payment method, and you need to add a payment method called Monyx Balance. Once you enable that, you can enable that on all of the machines under your operation as well. And then that will give you the ability, that will give your consumers the ability to start using Monyx wallet as a payment method. This is the first thing that you need to do. The second thing that you need to do right after that is to link the Monyx sticker to your machine. Now, basically, this is something that most of you are aware of. You have the NFC sticker that you can stick it up on your machine and allowing your consumers to recognize that machine inside Monyx wallet. Now, in order to do that, in order to create this link between the machine and Monyx wallet, you need to link the sticker with the machine in the DCS. Now, in the past, if you are familiar with this method, in the past, you need to go to the machine's page, you need to locate the QR code that you have there, and you have to do kind of a tedious process. So we made all of that very simple for you using the new version of MoMA. So if you're not familiar with that, I strongly advise to go to your app store on your phone, on your iPhone, or on your Google, on your Android device, and download the new version of MoMA. Because once you do that, you have the ability to scan the machine directly from the MoMA app. If that sticker is already linked to a machine, then you will see the machine's page on MoMA. But if not, if the sticker is not linked to a machine, you will see a short wizard inside of the MoMA app that explains how you can link between the sticker and your machine. So the entire process became really, really, really easy and fast inside of Monyx, inside of a MoMA app for you. And just by saying that, a quick side note, the new version of MoMA is a version that the developers team and the product team have been working on for so long. If you want to know more about the new version of MoMA and all of the great features that we have there, I strongly advise that you go to Nax University. We have a ton of new material for you on that. So going back to Monyx Wallet, after you've added Monyx Wallet as a payment method and you link the sticker with your machine, the third thing would be to set idle mode on your machine. Now, please note that this is something that you will need to do on every single one of your machines. Okay, this is something that you won't be able to do on your operator level. In every single machine, go to that machine's page, click on the general tab, and one of the last features that you see there is named VPOS Touch. You will need to check the idle mode screens and add QR. You will see that on the list once you start typing. You will see a QR. Once you save that, it basically enables idle mode screens on your machines, on your device. And then if you don't have any active transaction on the device itself, it will rotate between different screens. One of them is a QR code that your consumers will be able to scan directly from the VPOS Touch or from any of our devices that you have on your machines. And by that, I think we covered the basics that we need, right?
Yeah, I just want to point out that the idea with the idle mode is to help your consumers see what they need to scan to find a machine, make their lives easier. If you put a sticker and it turns off, it's I don't know, it's raining and something like tore off and it's damaged. So setting idle mode means that you always have it on the device, making your life easier and your consumer's life easier just to scan the machine and pay for Monyx.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So moving on here, and of course, if you have questions, please feel free to write them in the chat or write them in the Q&A box. We try to make this session, as useful as possible and explain and elaborate on all of the topics that we have here. If you still have any questions, then feel free to ask at any time. So from here, I want to show you the tips and tricks of building a successful campaign. Now, this is something that, if you're familiar with the previous versions of the webinars that we've been doing, we have shown that in the past, the ways to create a campaign based on different business needs. But I want to show that again, and I want to give you a lot of tips that we've been given a lot of operators that asked us questions in the past. So from here, you have all of the information in the presentation itself, but I want to close the presentation. I want to open the DCS, and I want to show that to you from the screen itself. So in order to create a campaign, what you need to do is to click on consumers and go to campaign. Now, if you don't see this button here, which is also something that we identify, if you don't see campaign under consumers, then this means that you don't have permissions to create campaigns, and you can contact our support team. You can open a ticket for support team, either for tier 2 or if you have a local support team in your region, and you can contact them to receive these permissions. So once you have them, you're able to access the campaign page. And here you have 3 tabs, and we're going to go over each and every one of them to kind of be more familiar with that. Now, before I'm doing that, let me just say that when we created the campaign for you, you got a lot of predefined features here and options that you have here, okay, as you can see here in the autumn campaign. So I want to show you how to create a campaign from blank for 2 reasons. First of all, I want you to have all of the information that you need for future campaigns. And also, I want you to see how you can customize an existing campaign without having a lot of misleading information on the screen. So you can see your campaign, which is pretty much similar to what you have here. But I want to create a campaign from scratch just so that we'll have a blank slate over everything here. So once you have here, what you see here is the campaign page. We have 3 tabs here: the campaign information, the rules and limitations, which basically is all of the filters that you need, and the look and feel, which gives it the design and branding of your own business. So here in the campaign info, you can set the basic information from the campaign. You can change the name, you can change the title. Okay, the difference between these 2, by the way, is that the campaign name is the name that you will see on the DCS, on the backend management suite. For example, if you see here on the left-hand side of the screen, autumn campaign, this is the campaign name given to this campaign so that I will be able to recognize it on my list. The campaign title, however, is the name that your consumers will see on Monyx Wallet. And if you don't remember that, or if you don't remember which is which, you can always hover with your mouse over this tiny little question mark here, and you can see that the campaign title is what's going to be displayed in Monyx app. You can add a campaign description, and you can also get a daily report email. So you have a lot of information that basically gives you control over all of the aspects, the basic aspects of your campaign. Now, once you have filled that, you can go over to the rules and limits. Now here, I strongly advise that you will explore all of the features that you have here, even in this current campaign, but also in future campaigns that you will create, because the abilities to create a campaign is limitless. Basically, you can have all of these features, you can combine them, you can select each and every single one of them based on your business needs. So I want to show you just the basic flow that you have here. The minimum requirements for every campaign is the 3 fields that you see that are marked with an asterisk: the operator name, which is the name of your business, punches before free, meaning how many times your consumers need to purchase a product before receiving one free. And here on the right-hand side of the screen, the single duration, which basically sets the duration of your campaign. All of the other fields that you have here are basically different types of filters. So you can filter your campaign and you can customize your campaign in any way that you want. So for example, if I have a machine group, I can type in the name of the machine group and I can create a campaign that is active only on this specific machine group. If I want to create a campaign only on a specific product, for example, I want to create a campaign of buy 9 Coca-Colas and receive the 10th free, I can limit that to a specific product. I can even limit the number of punch cards, the number of punch card campaigns that will be available per consumer. Now we're talking here on Monyx Wallet, meaning that every consumer is recognized by their phone number. So you can limit your campaign whenever you're creating a campaign. You can limit that per person if you want to do that, and they will be recognized by their phone number. So that will allow you, that will give you that control. Sorry.
I do want to say for this specific campaign right now, if you do want to get as many consumers as you can and limit, like, and have Monyx basically cover the cost for you, it's a good setting to set it. We didn't do it for you, but if you want to set it to one punch card per consumer, then you get one free product, per consumer, and we cover the cost up to $120. So it's a good setting to edit yourself if you want to do that.
Definitely. And as I said, explore these options. You can basically create everything that you want. And in a moment, I'll show you the presentation again. And we have a cheat sheet that we made for you with different scenarios, different examples that I hope that can inspire you in creating more campaigns in the future. Okay, so the third tab that we have here is the look and feel. So basically, the purpose of this tab is to for you to be able to customize your punch card campaign that will look as similar as possible to your brand. And this is something that's very important because, as you know, in Monyx Wallet, we give you so many options to brand yourself inside of the app. For example, the branded prepaid card that you have, or if you want, you can brand your machine. You can change the machine images. And this is another feature that will allow you to brand yourselves inside of Monyx Wallet app, and your consumers will be able to recognize you much faster. And that really creates the engagement that you want to create with your consumers. So here you have the option to change the background color. Let's go with what I always choose, which is the red and blue. I know that it really hurts the eye. You know what? Let's go with white this time. I know. But it really pops. For the purpose of this presentation alone, you can change it to any color that you want. You can add a receipt text or a punch card text. If you have, kind of a language of your own that you want to convey in your messages, you can add an Android logo or iOS logo. So we have here all of the options that you need to really give your own personal touch, your business touch into these campaigns. Now, let me see if we have any question in the chat. Okay, we don't have any questions in the chat, which is great. And let's take a look on the Q&A. Okay, so one question from the Q&A. I'm guessing that idle mode is for VPOS touch only. Okay, so idle mode is for VPOS touch and for Onyx. So if you have Onyx device, that can work as well. It will still be under the VPOS touch configuration on your machine's page, but it's relevant both for VPOS touch and for Onyx. Okay, and I think that we're pretty much covered on the question side so far, which is great. If you still have any questions, feel free to let us know in the Q&A or in the chat.
I do want to say one thing about the look and feel. Again, applying this to the current campaign. If you do set a price range or any kind of limitation only on soft drinks or anything else, and you want to communicate it to your consumers, you can use the punch card text that I've already written for you and just add a comment. This applies to soft drinks. This applies to product between $2 and $5, whatever. Just to let them know why they got or didn't get another punch in their punch card. So yeah.
Okay, great. Okay, so I'm gonna go back to the presentation, and everything that I've shown you so far appears here on the basics tab, on the rules and limits, and on the design. And as I said before, you will receive the recording of this presentation and the presentation itself, the PowerPoint presentation. So you will have all of that information as well. And of course, we have Ayelet here if you need any additional support in terms of marketing materials. So now that you've seen how you can create and how you can customize your campaigns, I want to show you a quick cheat sheet, which are kind of an interesting way to show you frequently asked questions that we got both from you and from previous sessions that we had on campaign creation. Okay, so the first one.
Okay, so setting a product price range. Sorry.
No, it's okay. So the first one is from a customer saying, I don't want my consumers to purchase cheaper products and use the free punch for an expensive one. How can I limit the campaign prices? So in the rules and limits tab, as I said, you have the option to create a lot of filters to customize the campaign in any way that you want. So you have the ability under product price range to enter a range of prices that you want. It's pretty self-explanatory once you get familiar with that. And the idea behind that is that only products that are between this price range will be a part of your active campaign. And that also includes the free items. So if you have an expensive item on your machine and you don't want that to be included on the on this campaign, this is the way that you can limit that. Okay. The second question that we got.
I want to set a campaign to increase the sales of just one product in my machine. Is this possible?
Okay. So I think I showed you that when I opened the DCS. You can choose the product or you can choose the products that you want to be included. And much like the price range, once you select a filter, that limits, that narrows down all of the options that you have for the products that take part in this campaign. So if you go to products, as you can see here, my mouse keeps disappearing. But if you see here under products, once you click on that, you will see all of the available products that you have. And since you put in your operator's name, you will see all of the products available on all of your product maps. So this is a good chance to remind you that you will need to work on your product map. That is something that's completely going to help you in terms of campaign creation. So you will see all of your products appearing here, and you can check the boxes of all of the products that you want to be included, whether it's one or a few, and only these products will be included in your active campaign.
I want a single campaign per consumer to be paid exclusively with Monyx Wallet on all soft drinks. How do I do that?
Okay, so this question is kind of more a real life scenario that we are getting, and also something that I'm pretty sure that you might think of. So the idea here, we wanted to show you that you can add a bunch of different filters in order to create a customized campaign. So here we have 3 different things that we're handling with on the same campaign. I want a single campaign per consumer. So down below here, let me move the chat box for a second. I know that you can see it. So down below here, you can set the maximum punch card per consumers, as I've shown you before. You want them to be paid exclusively with Monyx Wallet. So you can set the payment method as Monyx Wallet, and you want your campaign to be on all of soft drinks. So for that, under product groups, you can choose here soft drinks. Now, let me just say a quick thing on that. You will need to create, in addition to the product map, if you want to have this option to have a campaign on all soft drinks, you need to create a product group named soft drinks, and that will enable that. Obviously, the DCS, our backend management suite, doesn't know how to recognize your drinks as soft drinks or alcohol or snacks or whatever. You need to create a product group, and inside this product group have all of the different products that you want. But this is just a simple task that you can do, and you can enable product group filtering on that. This is something that can really, really help you. And once again, the idea behind this specific slide is that you can create your own customized campaign with different filters that's very, very specific according to your current needs. So from here, I'm going to hand over the virtual mic to Ayelet once again. And I don't know if you saw that, but right now in Israel, we have the sunset, so it's completely pitch black behind us. We started on the sunset, and right now it's kind of nice because you can see the decorations that we have on the wall. Okay, so Ayelet, floor is yours.
Yeah, so since so happy everyone joined in on the campaign, but I don't know how familiar you are and experienced you are with the app. I did want to address something crucial about Monyx Wallet and make sure that you're all aligned about it. So when you use Monyx Wallet, there are two basic payment options. The default one is the Monyx Wallet card. Every consumer who downloads Monyx Wallet gets this Monyx Wallet card. It doesn't require any specific settings. This is how the app works. When they want to pay, they have to top up to this card and use the app to pay. Scan your machine and just click pay and choose a product. So the nice thing, the advantages this card gives you, other than being the default one, is that whenever consumers top up to the highest amount, they get a 10% bonus that is paid by Monyx. It does live alongside the campaign. You get both benefits for this specific campaign. And also for every transaction they do with the Monyx Wallet card, they get a gamification, basically a shake to win, and they get cashback for every transaction of up to 10% of the value of the transaction. Again, it's paid by Monyx, you don't have to pay for it. And yeah, it can be used on all Monyx devices. It's not specific to any operator. So this is the payment option that I do recommend using when you're starting out with Monyx Wallet, and especially if you use open environments, open locations. If you don't know.
Yeah. So what is open location for those of you who might not be familiar with this term?
Yeah, so open locations is basically when consumers don't necessarily come every day and use the machine every day, like a train station or an airport or any kind of location that is like has a lot of traffic or has a lot of human traffic going by. And it's not necessarily a closed location. A closed location is like a workplace or colleges and universities, organizations, like even a hospital. You have like a combination of open and closed because you have the employees and then the people that come by to the hospital. So for an open location, I do recommend a Monyx Wallet card. But if you have a closed location with repeating consumers, creating a branded prepaid card is the recommended option. So a prepaid branded card is basically your own card, your operator card. You get to put your logo on it and to basically get in-app branding. So everyone who scans your machine automatically gets your card with your branding and can recognize it. They can only pay on your machines. And there's a lot of advantages here because first you get to create your own consumer base. Basically, anyone who scans your machine becomes your consumer. Everyone who tops up to your card is like committed to your machines and your devices now because they invested money in your machines and they can come back and pay only on your machines. I'm saying machines a lot. And you can customize it. This is what Monyx Wallet does best. It lets you customize whatever you want. You can set your own top-up bonuses. And what else can you do? Your design. So if you want to create your own branded prepaid card, all you need to do is email us. We'll include the email in the follow-up email that we will send. Email us your logo. We'll do the rest. We'll also do the machine branding for you, and we'll let you know when it's live in the app and how you should move forward with it. So this is a really great option to create your own consumer base and do it at your locations. That's it. Oh, and lastly, regarding this punch card campaign specifically, I prepared some materials for you to help you get the word out on the campaign. I would actually love some feedback if it helped you, if you used it, if you needed more stuff, if you printed your own materials. But there's an email template that works, again, great for closed locations. So you can notify employees, students, and everyone who is relevant to the location about the punch card campaign. There are machine stickers that you can print and put on the machine. And in our resources page, which is on monyx.com, resources, there's machine crowns that you can print. And I know machine crowns is a great way to always advertise Monyx without like damaging the machine. It's not a secret that you need to take off. It can always be on the machine and easily removable because it's cardboard. So those are the materials.
Okay, so now we're heading to our final part of our presentation today. We do want to keep this presentation short and give you all of the information that you need and leave some time at the end for your Q&A as well. But in addition to all the information that we've given you so far, we've collected some common Q&A from the past weeks from you, and we want to give you all the answers together here in this session, because we believe that if one of you asks that, maybe this information can also benefit another operator that's also in this using these campaigns as well. So, want to read the questions?
Okay. Does Max have a time limit for the campaign? Actually, you want to do the answer as well.
Yeah, you'll do both. You'll do both. I'll just sit here and do it.
All right. So yes, for this specific campaign, there is a time limit, and this campaign will end at the end of December. You can do two things. You can extend the duration of the campaign, as we showed you in the campaign settings. But it is important to note that the money that we give you for completed punches only applies until the end of December. So the $120 only applies until the end. And the other option is obviously, now that we gave you all of the tools, is to create your own campaigns.
The second question, when will we, or when will you as the operators, will get reimbursed for the free products?
Yeah, this is another common and obvious question. So we're going to wait until all the campaigns are completed, which is the end of December, and then we'll look at the reports that you get daily, but we need to look at the overall reports, analyze them, and reimburse you accordingly.
So, and the last question that we got is, how can I continue engaging my consumers with Monyx Wallet after the campaign ends?
So there are a lot of options. So as I mentioned before, you can create more punch card campaigns. You can also do happy hours. You can use machine branding. And as I mentioned, the prepaid card branding. You can give top-up bonuses, and there's so much more. You can learn about it at Monyx University. Yes. There's a Monyx section that Eliran's team keeps on updating and making sure that we have all of the information there. And I will also follow up at the end of the campaign with an email instructing you how to move forward. And you can always email us questions. And yeah, we're happy to help.
Yeah, we'll be more than happy to help. The purpose of this webinar was to give you all of the information so that you will have it available at hand. Obviously, in addition to Monyx University, and in addition to all of the amazing materials that you've been receiving from Ayelet and from the marketing team. So this is just another resource for you to help you create these successful campaigns. So now this is the final stage of our webinars. We'd like to know if you have any questions that we still didn't answer them. You can write in the chat, or you can write in the Q&A box. Now let's see questions that we have here. What are the processing fees with the Monyx digital card?
Well, I can sort of answer that because it changes by country. Because it depends on the agreement we have with every, credit card company in that country. I think the answer is to ask your local representative.
Yeah, that's going to be best, because we have today on the session, we have different operators from different countries. And that's really the best solution in this case. So another question that we have, how can we as area operators promote Monyx Wallet?
What do you mean by area operators? That's the only part I'm not sure about. But you mean like an open location, I guess? If that's your intention. So yeah, okay, so okay. I think the best options is to do crowns, machine crowns for now, and get the word out, get people familiar with it. Another option is to have a QR code on the machine leading up to Monyx Wallet website and a video. It's also an option. I don't know if you scanned the QR codes in the stickers that I prepared for this campaign, but they lead up to more information. So when when consumers come up to the machine and they don't know what it is, it's best to have them like get more information on the app and see that it's a legitimate solution. But yeah, I think machine crowns, basically surrounding the machine with more information about Monyx Wallet, is the best. And if you want to write me, I can help you like find a specific solution for your locations.
Mm-hmm. Okay, let's wait a few more minutes. If you have more questions, please feel free to write them in the chat box, or in the Q&A. And while you are writing, if you have more questions, I want to show you this. I want to show you our contact information, so you can contact us at monyx@nayax.com. So if you will have any more questions in the future, we are more than willing to help you in anything that you need, to give you more information, to give you more ideas, to share with you all of the experience that we have with campaigns and with Monyx Wallet. So don't be shy to ask. This is that was the purpose of this session, and this is what we're here for. We are here for you, to support you and to give you all of the additional added value that you might need. So I hope at least that if we don't have any questions up until this point, it means that we've answered all of your questions. So I'm really happy to see that, that we've answered everything. Or if you feel uncomfortable asking, you can always contact us through the email that you see here on the slide. Thank you so much for your time. It's been a great session with you all. And we hope to see you soon and hear from your successful campaigns pretty soon. Have a great day, everybody. Thank you very much.
Thank you.